This podcast is brought to you by Podcast Nation.
Welcome to Nirvana Sisters podcast, where we take the intimidation out of well-being and beauty to help you achieve your highest state, your nirvana. We are sisters-in-law and your hosts. I'm Amy Sherman.
And I'm Katie Chandler. So let's get into some real conversation.
Welcome back to the show. It's Amy and Katie, Nirvana Sisters family. And today we are doing a quickie episode where we are discussing our favorite wellness apps for the daily, meaning ones we use all the time, our go-tos, ones that we're really excited about. And we have some good ones to share with you. So I'm excited. Katie, do you want to start or you want me to start? Because I've got a good one that I'm so excited to share.
Yeah, I can start. I'll start with, if you're super excited to share, then dive right in.
No, go ahead.
This is a tried and true app that I have been using for years and years and years. It's pretty common. I think a lot of people know about it, but what I like about it is it's super efficient and very easy to use, and it's MyFitnessPal. I don't always track what I'm eating, but I do from time to time, especially when I'm going through like a specific phase. Like right now, I'm trying really hard to go through a body recomposition phase where I gain more muscle mass and I get rid of some of the fat mass. And so I'm tracking especially like my protein and things like that. And it's a great app because there's multiple versions of it. The free version is just as easy to use as the one that costs money, the premium. You can easily plug in any food item and it will come up with a gazillion options. It's been used for so many years, I think, by so many people that it has all the brands, a lot of restaurant options. Yeah. It has everything. It's in there. So you plug it in, what you ate, and it brings up all the macros, and then you can track it. And it's just a really easy diary to use. And then in addition to that, they have great recipes. They have a section where you can plug in your own recipes, and it'll calculate the macro and micronutrients for your recipes. It helps you create your own custom macros and your goals and everything that you should be getting because of your body weight and et cetera, so on and so on. So I highly recommend it for that. There's a lot of them out there. I've tried the other ones. I've tried like Macro Stacks. I've tried a couple others. MyFitnessPal is my go-to always. I was helping your parents with it last weekend.
Yeah, it's a good one. I haven't used it in a while, but I have it on my phone. It was funny. I was gonna talk about that today as an option because I do really like that app and I haven't used it in a while. But remind me, what's the difference if you pay for it or if it's free? Like, what do you get if you pay for it? Can you just like customize more things?
Great question. So the premium has a really nice barcode scanning option. So you don't even have to like take the 2 seconds to write in that I just had turkey bacon from Trader Joe's and then search for that one.
You just scan it.
You scan it and it pops right up. So that's nice. And I'm sure there's some other options. I think it gets more targeted and more specific in how you want to customize your macros and how you see it on like the face of your diary. So it can just get a little bit more targeted and specific and a little bit more user-friendly. But the free version is super user-friendly and it really has everything you need. Your parents, my in-laws who are in their 70s are using it. I taught them how to use it and it's easy. So, it's definitely user
I hope my dad's been using it. I told him he can't rely on my mom to track all of his macros. Like, you have to do it yourself so you can learn.
Yeah. Yeah. She was doing his all weekend. I was like,
God,
for him, telling him like how many more grams of carbs he's allowed to eat. And so I was trying to teach him.
He wants someone to tell him what to do all the time. And I yelled at him the other day. Well, not yelled at him, but I was like, you have to do it so you can learn what to eat, what not to eat. So like if you're out, you can make a good decision for yourself. Yeah. So hopefully they're doing that. That's great. Real quick sidebar. What are you doing you were just saying revise your body compositions. Are you focusing more on protein, like lifting weights? Like
I'm focusing. You have to eat higher protein. You still have to eat a sufficient amount of carbohydrates to fuel your body. And then the other two apps that I'm going to talk about today are helping me do it as well. So it's like weightlifting.
I want to hear about that.
Yeah, it's metrics and other things that help you get to that. What's your super exciting one?
I found out about this app earlier this week. I've been using it every day. I'm obsessed and I've gone down the rabbit hole and it's almost dangerous. But when I tell you about it and when our listeners learn about it, you will be the same way. It is called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Yuka, Yuka. Have you heard of this app?
No.
It is an immediate download. What it does, So you know how when you think you're eating healthy and you're just like, okay, you eat a healthy diet, you pretty much know the right decisions to make. This app tells you everything that you are putting in your body, and it tracks your food and your beauty products. So all you do is you scan. So I'm going to show you this app. Well, it's hard to show you on the screen, but you scan whatever you have, and immediately it comes up with, I'll give you an example. Let me find a good one. For example, I scanned my almond butter yesterday. It's the Barney brand, and it got a 78 out of 100, which counts as excellent, and it gives you the positives. So the reason why that rating, it says no additives. So it has no hazardous substances in it. Protein, fiber, like excellent amount of fiber, low sugar, no sodium, saturated fat, but low impact. And then the negatives are just the calories, but it still gives you a 78 out of 100, which is an excellent option. The reason why I did it is because I wanted to see what additives are in things. Like a lot of the other things you sort of know just by looking at but additives are like impossible to know. So a lot of the things that you think may be good are not. So let me give you an example of one that I was like bummed out about. A poor rating, and this is the organic Italian Romano vinaigrette from Whole Foods. It got a 49 out of 100. Okay. The reason why it says is because it has a lot of sodium. It says it's too salty, so immediately puts it in the poor category. And then it gives you the positives of organic, protein, blah, 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 blah. So the cool thing is a few things. First of all, if they put something in the poor category, they give you recommendations as to what you should eat instead.
Oh, I like that.
So, for example, this organic Italian Romano vinaigrette, by the way, you can also make your own decision of whether you think that's poor. If it's too salty and you're like, okay, it's fine, I'll have a little salt, eat it. But the reason why I like it is because it had a lot of things that I didn't know that had additives, which I'll explain in a second. But anyway, this gave me like a couple recommendations. So instead of having that, I could have this raspberry dressing and marinade from Lighthouse, or this organic vinaigrette dressing from Bragg. So it is so helpful because not only is it telling you what's good and bad, but it's telling you what to eat instead. So I did some beauty products. The thing with the beauty products is it has to have the UPC to scan it. So sometimes the boxes have that and the beauty products doesn't have that, but you can go to the store and scan it, which of course I'd started doing with food when I was at the store. So here's another one, which I eat a lot. Okay. You know, this super creamer, have you seen this before in the store?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. They sell it at Whole Foods.
Like an
It's called
MCT
the
oil super creamer, right?
Yeah, Keto Vanilla Protein and MCT Oil Super Creamer. Scanned that the other day, 39 out of 100. Poor. Here's why. It has 2 additives, okay? One of them is called E340. It's a potassium phosphate, and it comes up as hazardous, okay? So they rank the additives between like no risk, moderate risk, low risk, and hazardous. So this one came up as hazardous, E340 potassium phosphate. And then you can click on it and learn why it's hazardous. It says it's an antioxidant. It says it slows down the oxidation reaction of food. And then this one says phosphates contain phosphorus, a chemical element that's essential to the body. However, according to ANCES, our phosphorus intake is now 2 or 3 times greater than needed. Excess phosphorus may increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases, disrupt calcium metabolism and bone mineralization, and negatively affect the kidneys. Who knew, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I've been learning all about these different foods. And again, you can make your choices. Like I put in randomly like mustard, right? And it came up as negative because it had too much sodium. And like this specific one was an organic honey mustard. It said it had a little bit too much sugar. But it just helps inform your decisions better, even if you're eating healthy. So Aquaphor, my favorite thing ever, comes up as bad, 12 out of 100, because, and I've read this before, it ranks petrolatum as hazardous, which is the petrolate, like Vaseline. It says Vaseline is simply a petrolatum derivative and belongs to the family of mineral oils. So like it says it's prohibited in food products. Mineral oils are allowed in cosmetics. These oils contain problematic residues such as MOAs and MOSHs. So anyway, it goes all into it. And then it gives you all the sources, the SIN list, the EFSA. Like it's the company that creates this, all the information that it's coming from is from public health sources, CEC, et cetera. So it's not like they're making it up. So all the sources, it's almost like crowdfunded in a way because it's a free app. But if you upgrade, you can start, like you can't search for products unless you upgrade. You can scan all your products. But if you want to search for like, oh, I want to get this, let me see what it has. You can't do that. But if you upgrade, you can. However, when you upgrade, you can donate as much money as you want. You could donate $1, you could donate $10 and you get the upgrade, which is really cool. So it's so incredibly helpful. So like Aquaphor had this hazardous because of the petrolatum, which I know is controversial, but whatever. But it gives you recommendations of you could do Palmer's natural vitamin E concentrated cream instead. And that's an excellent product, 86 out of 100. So
is it petrolatum or petroleum? Or are they the same thing?
I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
Petrolatum and
petroleum jelly, like kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, whatever's in Vaseline, it's the same thing. So I've known that that's been controversial. I've heard about it, but to actually like see it, a lot of the things I've noticed too, like for example, I had a native deodorant laying around, which I don't really use anymore, but that came back as poor because it has something called ozocarite. It shows as a moderate risk, so take that with however you want it, but it says, it's a mineral oil produced by the oil refining process. It's sort of similar to like this thing that I was saying before with the petrolatum, but it's not hazardous. It says MOAS. It has MOAS, which can act as a genotoxic carcinogen. So anyway, it's very interesting. A lot of things with scents came back really bad.
I'm sure.
Which was interesting. I'm just looking for some of the things that I scanned.
Does it do it? So it does food products and beauty products. Does it do like house cleaning products or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. It doesn't do that yet, but yeah.
In the future. That's really cool.
Yeah,
though.
I scan.
Especially for somebody really, like somebody, sorry to interrupt you, but to not know how to read labels, and a lot of people don't. And then also, just like you said, there was one of the E23, whatever it was in that coffee creamer, they give like these fancy cover up names for things that we have heard more of that we would recognize. So you look at it and you have no idea what it is. So I love that, especially the beauty products too. There's so many things in our food and in our products that we're using that are endocrine disruptors. It can mess with your hormones and everything when you use them in excess, especially like scents, like what you were saying.
Yeah, like I scanned this Sunbum 3-in-1 leave-in hair conditioner, which my kids use sometimes. They just like spray it on their hair. Again, you're putting it in your hair, you're not putting it on your body, but hair stuff is a little bit different. Like when I scanned a lot of hair stuff, there was some tricky things in there, and it came back with like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 ingredients that were flagged, but they're all low risk to moderate risk. But like, again, at least you're informed. So the things that I've been looking for, a lot of things have like low and moderate risk, unfortunately. A lot of things come back as excellent, which is great. And then the things that come back as hazardous, like that coffee creamer as an example, is like, I'm not buying that again because it comes back as hazardous. Like those were the things that scared me. And some of the things, I was trying to find an example, but I have so many things scanned, I can't find it right now. But one of the things that came back, some of the things I scanned came back as hazardous, and it'll say like, this has been banned in Europe, by the EU. So how you hear about things like that. So interesting. So it really does the guesswork for you, because we all eat healthy, but still there's certain preservatives that are in there that can impact what you're eating. And like, at least you should be aware of it.
I just saw recently the EU banned like 6 different types of sparkling water, one of which I use a lot because it has stuff in it and like this product would tell me exactly that. And you don't think something like sparkling water is going to be problematic ever.
Yeah. I scanned LaCroix, and that was great. It was like,
oh, good. Yeah, that's my top one.
Which was good. So, and what was interesting too is I scanned I was at work the other day and I just wanted yogurt for lunch, and I grabbed like a Chobani, which I normally am like, I don't know if I want that, but it scanned as excellent. Like, cause it says it has protein, it has no additives.
Nice.
No saturated fat, so it's interesting because some of the brands that you don't always think about are actually good. So it's been very eye-opening. The problem is it's dangerous because I've been a psycho all week, like literally scanning everything. Everyone's making fun of me. It's so funny, but it's so educational. I find it so educational and eye-opening. And the last thing I'll say, the thing that I thought was really interesting is I was showing my kids, because they're always like making fun of me because I keep telling them not to eat like the junky cereal and the ramen and whatever. So we scanned all their crap that they eat, and it was horrible.
I'm sure. Yeah.
We scanned ramen. It was like 0 out of 100, came up as bad, literally 0 out of 100. It has 12 additives, of which 3 are hazardous, like so much sodium, yada, yada, yada. So, and Jackson's like rolling his eyes, but he's like, oh, let me see that. And he starts scanning all his stuff. So like, I felt like I got it a little bit into them that like, no, it's not that you can't have this bad food. It's just look what's inside of it. And then we scanned this like fruit bar, like this organic fruit bar that the kids like, and that came up as good.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, eat as much as you want. Those go-go squeezies, those came up as really good too. I think they were like 100 out of 100. So then I felt better that because my kids like pound those. They have like 5 of them at a time because they're crazy. But I was like, all right, fine, eat them. At least they don't have like bad chemicals, which is like my biggest concern. So all those cauliflower snacks that we eat, I scan a lot of those and they all come back as good. The only reason they're flagged as negative is calories and sodium. So that's always interesting and a good flag. But anyway.
Yeah. And that's something that you can determine whether or not it matters. Like you might need salt that day,
Yeah, exactly. And then at the end, it has the history. So it saves everything that you've scanned and then it like grades like all the stuff and it has it all broken out. And then you can go into your list and like look at all the bads as an example. And then it gives you all the recommendations of like what to do instead.
All right. Yeah. I'm getting it. What's it called?
So Yuka, you're going to go insane with this thing. It's crazy.
Good. All right.
Anyway.
I'm excited to check it out. All right. So my next one, you were asking how I'm doing this like body recomposition thing. And I have 2 more apps that will help you understand that. But the next one I am kind of obsessed with. It's more than just an app. It's a scale that comes that has all of these biometrics that is also, you have to have the app to use the scale properly because the scale tracks 17 metrics and it tells you what your weight is, what your weight without fat, what your weight control is, what your weight control is like where you should be for your age and your height and things like that. Your contents of body water, like how hydrated you are, it tells you what your bone mass is, what your fat mass is, your body fat percentage.
How does it get all that?
Your visceral fat, all of these things, your muscle mass, your muscle rate, your protein rate, your basal metabolic rate, and then your metabolic age, amongst more. There's other metrics as well. And it's like biomechanics. I mean, it's science. I can't really totally explain it, but I've done a lot of research into
what's the brand of the scale?
Efficacy.
What's it called?
It is called Fit Track. It's the Fit Track scale. It's a little pricey. I got it on sale. I want to say I think maybe without the sale, it was like $90, but it's super cool because it tells you things that you can't just get from standing on a scale or measuring yourself. Like typically you would have to go and get a DEXA scan to learn like how much muscle mass you have. And it's a big process. And I step on this thing every single day and it tells you your fluctuations. It tells me if I'm dehydrated. It tells me if I need to drink more water, if my body water's low.
Just from standing on the scale?
From standing on a scale. I mean, listen, it's 2023.
Wow.
The science behind these things is amazing. So it is Bluetooth connected to the app. And as soon as you step on the scale, the app picks up all of the readings. When you first get it, you have to answer just a couple questions like your age and male or female and et cetera. And then it picks all of it up. And the app also offers other things like you can do. You can like track your calories and all that as well. But like I said, I like MyFitnessPal for that. So how this has helped me get into my body recomposition goals is it has given me the metrics that I need to calculate my macronutrients, how much protein I should be eating, how much carbs I should be eating
that day.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm fluctuating that much. And that's the goal. When you do body recomp, I'm not trying to lose weight, especially for my work. I can't lose weight. I'm just trying to recomp it. I'm trying to be more muscular, less soft, fatty tissue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's really hard for me. I've tried to do this before and it was so hard to tell if I was doing it right because you're not like the scale doesn't tell you anything. Like it's just whether or not it's starting to work is hard to kind of gauge. So having these metrics and applying them to my like macros calculators and everything that are teaching me how to get all of those numbers that I need is really effective and it's working. I can tell.
That's
like I'm definitely I have the energy to do really intense weightlifting workouts because I'm eating the right amount of foods. B, I'm recovering faster, and C, I feel more toned. I feel tighter, and the scale's not really changing, which is a good thing for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called. So
you look at the metrics essentially, and then it kind of like helps you know what to eat, and then does it?
You have
does it tell you anything about your?
You have to use like macronutrient calculators that you can Google. There's all kinds of resources for that.
Yeah.
But because I have these metric numbers that I know are accurate that I can plug in, then I know that the numbers on the calculator that are coming back are going to work.
Does it tell you your like BMI and stuff like that?
Yeah. All of that.
And are you trying to change that? Is that like, how do you measure this body recomposition?
So I'm trying to get it says the BMI is an estimate of someone's health by measuring their body weight against their height and sex. Taken in isolation, BMI can be misleading. It's important to look at your other metrics alongside. So what I'm actually trying to get down is my body fat percentage. Your body fat percentage is the percent of your total body weight that is made up of fat. Your rating is your fat mass relative to your total weight compared to your benchmarks based on your age, sex, and height. So it's great because when you click on these things, it gives you all of this explanation. Visceral fat index. So your visceral fat is like the deadly fat, the fat that surrounds your organs. The people that have like beer bellies, like their tummies are loaded with visceral fat. Like that's what causes heart attacks and things like that. And I have hyperlipidemia. It runs in my family. So keeping my visceral fat low is really important to me. So, and then it also tells you your muscle mass. So like my muscle mass is 96.3 pounds. And it says muscle mass consists of 3 types of muscle: your skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Your muscle mass value includes the total weight of all these muscle types combined. And then it goes into further. So I'm trying to get my muscle mass up, my body fat percentage down.
Very cool.
Yeah. And so I'm obsessed. It's a very cool piece of tech.
We'll put this brand, obviously, with all these other apps in the show notes. I want to check that out. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obsessed. All right. What do you got next?
My next app is a bit more of a fitness app. A friend told me about this and I downloaded it over the summer, and it's called All Trails.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
All Trails.
And it's great because it has hikes near you or wherever you are. So a lot of times when I travel, I like to go on a hike somewhere, but you don't know where you are. This will tell you. So like right now, I open the app and it gives you the top trails nearby. So it's telling me trails that are near my house, which actually some of them I didn't even know because sometimes you don't even know what's around you. And it'll tell you how far it is from you and how long estimated the trail will take. So I'm looking at this one trail near my house and it's like 3 miles away, but it says that the estimate it'll take you about an hour and 15 minutes to complete. And it gives you like a little bit of a description of the route. Like this one says, generally considered an easy route. It takes an average of an hour and 15 minutes to complete. Very popular for hiking, mountain biking, and running. It's open year round and dogs are welcome. So it's a really great way to get outdoors. I mean, now it's freezing out, but once the weather gets a little bit warmer, it's really nice. And then here's this other trail that I found that's 7 miles from me. If I want to go to that one, and this trail's really long, it's 7.3 miles. But again, it's like an easier route. A lot of people, it says walk and run on it, open year round, dogs are welcome, things like that. So it's really great because I do like to do a lot of walks, and it's just makes it less intimidating because you kind of know what to expect. Because I think sometimes you go on a walk somewhere and you're like, how long is it? Like, when should I turn around? So, and it gives you like, can you turn around or where it ends up and things like that. So it's really great for your own area, but I also think it's amazing for when you're traveling.
Yeah.
And when you want to go on a hike or you want to go on a walk around the neighborhood that you're in, it just gives you a little bit of a estimate and a know what to expect type situation. So I love it. I think it's really, really helpful.
Yeah, I like that. You're a big hiker. I'm not so much a big hiker. I like to go on walks, but like you would hike up massive hills and mountains and things.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of this is walking trails. Like there's this trail near me that I'm seeing is in here, which is a walking trail. So not only is it like you can search by like hard hikes, easy hikes, and when they say hikes, I mean the easy ones are like walkable, nice trails, basically.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a really, really great app, and it has like navigation and all these different things on it. So when you're on the hike, you can actually do navigation.
Anything like a safety score or anything like that?
There probably is some sort of safety score, or like it'll tell you, if it's crowded or if people, like this one talks about like, here's a moderately challenging route near me. Takes about 45 minutes to complete. Popular trail for birding, hiking, walking. Best times to visit: March through October. Dogs welcome, must be on leash. And it has tags that you can search by, but I bet you it has like comments about that.
I'll
look around. But
like,
anyway,
if something's kid friendly or stroller friendly, that also kind of helps you understand. I would think.
Right. And it'll tell you if it's like
measure.
populated. So if it's like a crowded trail, you would know it's popular. So anyway, it's a great resource for anytime you want to take a walk.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have two more, but this last one is the final piece to how I'm doing this whole body recomposition thing. And it's more than an app again. It's a massive piece of tech, but I have to talk about it because it's insane. It's tonal. So we got the tonal a few weeks ago. It's for listeners that you don't know. It is basically like this giant thing that you attach to your wall that is all AI, and it has arms that come out of it that are weight controlled, and the screen is programs like weightlifting programs and trainers, and it offers a massive variety of programs, of classes, etc. And it comes with a bench and all these things, and the weight on the arms can go all the way up to hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I don't know how it works because it's just literally on your wall, but it's the coolest thing because part of gaining muscle mass, you have to do, it's called progressive overload. It's when you lift weights, but you have to constantly like make it heavier or make your reps higher. You're basically from exercise to exercise, you have to put more work on those muscles than you did the last time in order to actually gain the muscle mass. And it's so complicated. It's really hard to do. A lot of people can just like sit down, take the time, make their own schedule, like write out how many weights they should do, how many reps they should do this day, so on and so on. I don't have time for that. And I've been trying to do this for years. Tonal does it for me. It's connected to the Tonal app, and you put in, it asks you the standard questions in the beginning. And then it also has you do this like introduction program where it tests your strength. So it knows you and it knows what you're capable of, and it's constantly adjusting that. And then they have different programs for if you wanted to lose weight, if you wanted to gain muscle, if you wanted to do a body recomp. So right now I'm doing a 4-week body recomp, and it's just because it knows me and it's artificial intelligence. It's brilliant. It knows when to put more muscle load on, and it's really,
so it takes the thinking out of it.
It takes all of the thinking out of it, and it's a trainer, so she's like keeping you excited and keeping you.
So it's a class.
It's a class.
Is it kind of like and is that the one? I get that the Tonal confused with Mirror, where like a person shows up, like a virtual person.
Yeah, it's similar to Mirror, but I don't know if Mirror has the weight capacity. I'm not sure. But
no, I think Mirror is just classes.
Right. This is there's a person and they're showing you exactly how to do the movement on a Tonal, and they're walking you through everything. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different programs. Adam's doing a different program than I'm doing.
Yeah, it's so cool. Our neighbors have it and they rave about it.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And it's accessible because it's like a monthly, you can pay like a monthly membership. It's not like you have to buy this thing for like $5,000. It's something that you can. So I think they're starting to like Pelotons and Tonals and all these things are starting to try to make it more accessible.
So you buy the
masses.
equipment. How much is the actual equipment?
I have to ask Adam, but it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be because you pay more monthly. It's like paying a monthly gym membership, and that's not to like have access to the programs. That's like to have the thing in your house, essentially.
Oh, I see. Oh, cool. And do they come and install it?
Yeah.
It's funny. We have like a more of a weight, like an all-in-one kind of weight machine in the basement that Stu bought a couple of summers ago because the boys, especially Jackson, was starting to work out. And we thought about getting the Tonal because our neighbors have it and they love it. But we were worried like the kids don't really, like they won't, I don't know, it's just like different than just like lifting a weight. You have to kind of, I don't know. We just weren't sure if like Jackson would like it.
I think they would like it because it's like hardcore weightlifting. I mean, I'm doing deadlifts with 50 pounds in each hand. And
oh my God.
And like,
I need to try this. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would, I'm curious to see like your journey with this and like how it changes your body and like with the weights. Cause I've been trying to do different weight things too, but I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just lifting weights, but I don't have any sort of guidance. And to your point, like, you kind of lift the same thing all the time. You don't have a good understanding of what you should be doing next. So it sounds like this is such a good trainer and takes all the like guesswork. You just do it instead of having to think through like, what am I going to do now? And
yeah, I mean, when you're doing, I've tried everything for years and years and years. And don't get me wrong, like I'm in great shape and I'm strong and everything, but I'm not achieving these results that I've wanted to achieve. And I know how you have to do it. And it's really complicated if you just do it like freehand, or you have to pay a trainer to help you do it. And this machine is helping me do it, which is amazing.
Do they help you with the form too?
Oh yeah, 100%. And even the machine will tell you. It senses if your form is off,
cool.
and it tells you like,
wow,
take one step away from tonal. Like it's really an impressive piece of equipment. I could not recommend it more. And it also tells me like on my rest days, it gives me active rest workouts as well. If I don't want to do my one day of my 4-week program, I go in and it pops up, well, you should do this today instead. So,
that's amazing. Yeah. I need to test it out for sure. That sounds really great.
You would love it.
Okay. So while we're on the exercise route, I always have to give a plug to MWH, Melissa Wood Health, my daily go-to for all things. Love her so much. Love the app. I know she recently upgraded the app. And I don't know if you've seen, but like now she's got all these other people that are part of her community that are also teaching. I haven't taken any of their classes because I'm biased to Melissa, but I will. But she's got all these other people that do Pilates and different things. But Melissa's just my go-to, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever I have time for. I love her. And always have to talk about that app because that's one I use on the daily.
Yeah, for sure. Love MWH. All right. Well, my last one is a pretty fast one. It's something that I have been using for years. I really started when like the pandemic got crazy. It's when I first started to get into meditation. It's Insight Timer, which we've talked about before. And I have a TM practice that I do, but when I'm not doing my TM practice, I still use Insight Timer. And back in the day when I first started it, I would use the guided meditations, but now I love they have a timer and they have all of these different sounds that you can put in. It's what I use when I meditate with the girls in the morning. It's just like a very easy, free app. You can upgrade it and get more and detailed stuff. But
and they have quick meditations too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They have quick meditations, 2-minute meditations, 15-minute meditations, 30-minute meditations, they have everything, or you could just use the timer, which is what I do. So if you're new to meditating, you don't really know where to start, it is an excellent resource for that. That's how I got into meditating. And then I'm sure people, advanced people are using it regularly as well. So highly recommend.
Awesome. Okay. Well, the last one that I have, since we're talking about all these different things to exercise, is for the brain. It's called Elevate. And this is a really, really good app for like cognitive function. And so I have brain fog, like a lot of us do. And I use this tool to help kind of like keep me sharp. So every day it has a different brain workout. So it but it gives you exercises in these different categories: writing, speaking, reading, math, memory. And so every day we'll give you different exercises to do. And like today I opened it up and it said, your workout's ready. I'm just going to press start just so you can get an understanding. So like the first exercise that it has for me is a writing exercise. And if I play this game, it comes up, it tells you the game and it'll like tell you how to do it. And like this one, for example, is called rounds. And so I'm tapping it to continue. I'm doing it like it times you, like, see how this says lesson? You put in the S. And so see how this timer goes down. So it's all timed and it's like how quickly you can do things. So this is just like a simple spelling test where like this has the word, for example, Odyssey, and the S is left out and you put in the S. So, different little exercises. It has math ones, which are always challenging for me, has memory ones. And then, so I think it has like, I don't know, 3 or 4 exercises a day. It takes like a few minutes. It doesn't take long at all. And you get through it and it scores you. And then, at the end of the week or whenever, you can just go in and check your scores. So it's actually a really great way to just exercise your brain on the daily. I haven't been using it. This reminded me I need to start using it. And then it'll give you your performance. So like I haven't done it in a while, but for example, like my writing is at the top. I have the most points going into like the advanced stage for writing. So you can see all my bars there. Mine goes writing, then speaking, then reading, then math, then memory. So my memory is like at the novice level. So then it gives you more exercises for that. So it's really good. I think it's good for older people too. Like I told my parents about it and I told them they should do it every day. It's kind of like my grandfather. He used to go downstairs every day and do like a crossword puzzle. Yeah. Same idea, right? Like just keeping your brain sharp. So it's a really good way to get your brain like sharpening in the morning. Like if you're drinking your coffee, just do a little brain game. And highly recommend. Really good tool.
It's so like for idle time, instead of us just like sitting and scrolling and consuming and having like TikTok, someone talk to us and tell us things. It's so much better for you. Like for your, I'm going to download it. I could do it when I'm taking the train, when I'm commuting, things like that. That's great.
Yeah. And it gives you, and I think it's good too, because it's just a couple quick fun games, and some of them are fun, and it's a good way to pass the time. It's not too long. And whenever I do this in the morning, I do feel sharper. Like I feel like it's a good way to start the day because it kind of gets your brain like firing and smart.
Jump started. Yeah.
Highly recommend.
That. Nice.
Yeah.
This was fun. I'm glad we did this because Adam is like Mr. Techie Tech. And so I feel like I'm starting to get into his realm of all the apps and all the tech and everything. And I mean, you're pretty techie too. So it's all of this
and I think
some
of these things, even, I think some of the things we talked about are really cool because they have the technology, the deep technology piece. But I think a lot of these apps are just like simple apps that our listeners can use every day, like this Yucca app, right? It's like you just scan your stuff just to get a better sense of how healthy your food is. Or like if you want to go on a walk, I mean, these are simple apps that you can use on a weekly basis that are really helpful. And then, if you want to go deeper into tech, you get the scales and all these other things. But there's just so many helpful apps out there that are free. And so we wanted to make sure we were sharing it with our Nirvana Sisters family. So hope everyone has a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for listening to Nirvana Sisters. For more information on this episode, check out the show notes, please subscribe, and leave us a review. Also, find us on Instagram at Nirvana Sisters. If you loved what you just listened to or know someone that would, please share it and tag us. Tune in next week for a fresh new episode of Nirvana Sisters. We'll continue to watch out for all things wellness so you don't have to. Bye.